Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our last leg of our research seminar series. Today's topic for this session is referencing tools for research papers. Referencing tools are handy to organize and format references so that you can easily incorporate them in one's essays, research papers, dissertations, and PhD thesis. There are many items used for such tools such as referencing software, referencing tools, referencing management software, citation app, paper software, citation manager, researcher managing tools, bibliography software, literature review software, and the list goes on. These all refer to a piece of software or an online tool that allows one to store and format references. It is very important that you choose the right tool for your research and stick to it. To take this forward, I would like to invite Dr. Nihar Ranjan Roy. Dr. Nihar Ranjan Roy is a passionate teacher working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology at Sharda University, Greater Noida. He holds a doctorate and MTech degree in Information Technology from Guru Gobind Singh IP University, Delhi, and Bachelor of Engineering degree from Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Rourkela, Odisha, formerly known as Utkal University, Odisha. He has over 17 years of teaching experience in reputed colleges and universities of Delhi NCR. He has authored and co-authored several research papers in reputed journals and international conferences, and is a reviewer of many SCI indexed journals from IEEE, Wiley, Elsewhere, and Springer, to name a few. He has chaired several technical sessions and has reviewed papers of many international conferences from Springer and IEEE. Dr. Roy's research areas include computer network, cybersecurity and forensics, and machine learning. We welcome you, Dr. Nihar Ranjan Roy, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Sunil sir, for the wonderful introduction and giving me this opportunity. And of course, thank you to Saurabh too, an ex-colleague of mine, for pulling me here. Let me share my screen. I have got few slides so that you don't feel bored with my talks. Here goes my screen. Yeah, hope it is visible.
It is, sir. We can see it.
Yeah, thank you. There is a very famous saying which I believe in. If hammer is the only tool that you have, then every problem in this world to you would look like a nail, and you will keep on hitting with the hammer. So what is the context of this saying? Research itself is a difficult task which very few enjoy. Most of us do it by compulsion. And in this difficult task, if you do not have the support of right tool, then this journey is going to be very difficult. And in this process, one of the part or milestones is referencing. Very few people, many people believe that referencing is putting the papers which at the end, but there are certain challenges which are there with it. So I'm going to give an overview that what are the tools in the business, which one is the biggest one from the simplest to begin with. And I believe that most of the audience over here belong to a particular segment and they love MS Word. So I will start with MS Word. I will have some hands-on session also. Then I will show you LaTeX also, BibTeX, and then I will take you to some other citations managers which are there and how they converge to these two technologies that I will take you to. This is the layout of my talk. I will start with some basic terminologies. Then referencing styles are different because the research community is very old and there is diversity in it. There are different segments and every segment has their own standards and ways to do it. So what are the popular styles we will discuss. Then what are the challenges, then tools and some citations manager. Session would be very brief. I will try my best to keep it simple so that you learn. Those who are sitting with your laptop in between, they can start doing whenever I start demonstrating them. I will be slow in that process. So let us start. What do you mean by reference? So one of the formal definitions given by E. Gerald is by the references they cite. by the references that site we as a researcher community or a student or a scholar or a scientist, whatever it is, authors make explicit linkages between their current research and prior work stored in the vast archive of scientific literature. Though here the terminology is scientific literature, but it could be in any literature. Now you see, whether it is a scientist or a researcher or anybody, whenever we see generally very few people are generic in their content or what they convey. So here, though it is scientific literature, it could be any literature irrespective of the science or humanities or arts. So basically the relationship is that it is used to make linkages between what our forefathers or our seniors have done and what path we are following or what things we are borrowing from them and what improvements we are doing them. So Gerald is one of the persons who started this process. We will see. Now, with this terminology reference, it is used to cite a explicit linkage. Okay, because we are explicitly mentioning what we are referencing. Now, apart from this, there is another terminology that is known as citation. Now, what is citation? One of the formal definitions of citation says that these are intellectual transactions. These are intellectual transactions or formal acknowledgements of intellectual debts to our earlier authors. Formally, we recognize that, okay, they have done this, or this thing was coined by them, or this approach or a process was adopted or proposed by them, and here what they have done. So this is again, we are putting it here as a citations. Now, these reference citations can be described in many ways, and still I believe a few may be confused. So is there any question at the beginning? No. Okay. So let us see what reference and citation mean. I have another slide to clear these doubts, if any. Now, if you see at the screen, this is a paper which is in the process of writing, and this is an old paper. Okay. Now, in this paper, we want to refer to the work of C, right? So what we say are, this current paper contains a reference to C, an earlier work, right? Now this earlier work should have been a published work. Many people, what do they do, even if they have access to some of the work which is unpublished, okay, they start putting references. So this is not a way to do so. So C is a earlier and old paper which has been published. It is available in public for reference, and you want to refer to that in R here. Now take a reverse way, a reverse relationship. Now C, the old paper, has a citation from R. This means this old paper work is being cited. People are showing that, okay, this work has been there, and they are actually acknowledging the work of C. So these are considered citations. So you see here the terminology used is citation. Here the terminology used is reference. Like when you say a relationship with your father, it is father, but when he says it, it is a son. So in which direction it moves, these terminologies are used, but they refer to the relationship between these two. Hope it is clear. Now how many citations a paper has received? It can be looked by looking at any one of the citations indexes. There are different citation indexing databases. I say one of them is most popularly Google Scholar, then Web of Science is there, Scopus is there. So we will not go there, how they do and what are the metrics used by them, I-10 and others. Now there is also there are people who differentiate this, but I do not find any big difference between them. Bibliography, reference, and cited work, though there is a dispute also, but from a very solid or a very authentic resource I could not found. But yes, there are few things which you can go through this. Citations are meant to direct reader to particular works cited in the text, whereas bibliography includes citations to the work which might not be mentioned in the text. Now, it doesn't make a sense, because if you are writing a research paper point of view, every work which is there, which is mentioned, has to be cited. Okay, so there are few ambiguity, but this part is the most important part, common part, and I look at this only. Both appear at the end of the book, paper, manuscript, or whatever it is. Both include similar information, and both include alphabetically arranged citations. No, this is not clear, because again, this is biased. Everything is not alphabetically ordered. Some of them want these citations to be in the order uh, of how or where they have been cited into the manuscript. For example, the very first paper or work which is cited should be given number one, followed by number two, number three. At least in IEEE it happens. Okay, so the last point is not there, but still the purpose for putting this graph is that in research also, with respect to terminologies, there may not be uh, what people may not be on the same page, but the common areas are like this. I consider both of them similar. Maybe I am wrong, but this is how I go because of these things. Because nobody is there to say that okay, this is the correct one and this is the only one, because of the biasnesses. Okay. Now, what is citation indexing? It was introduced by Dr. Eugen Gerald of Institute of Scientific Information in 1950s. Around 70 years back, this process started for citations. Now, why is citations important, or why that gentleman felt the need of doing it? Okay, the citations makes linkages, as we saw. It is a technique that allows to trace the use of an idea forward to others who have used it. Now you see, as a person, suppose you coin a terminology or an algorithm or a process. Okay. Now down the line, how popular this approach has been, or how well it has been accepted by the researchers or the community, it can be up to some extent estimated by how many people have cited it. Though many people say that even the best papers receive very less citations. Even most of the concepts like Boolean or arithmetics, Boolean were coined, or they were proposed much earlier than the people could understand before time. So there has been exceptional cases also that the technologies have or algorithms have been proposed way ahead of time, and they got recognitions after 100 years or so. But generally, still as a general approach, the citation index is a measure of how well the idea has been accepted. Okay, but yes, like other things are also misused. It can also be misused, and there are ways to capture it. Now, you see the third point, the citation indexes were originally designed primarily for information retrieval. So we are trying to retrieve some informations, and these informations are relationship. And in current context, if you see, there is so much pressure of increased citations that there is a joke also. You can go through this diagram just to make the things lighter. There are a very large number of people who really give emphasis, and they try for personal linkages also, so that their work is cited. Okay, because perks and other things in community are linked to that. Your reputation, what is the citation index of your university, what is the citation index of your department as a personal, and some in some places these indexes are being asked in accreditation agencies also. They are being asked by the accreditation agencies also. So there is a pressure for increasing this citation index also. But I believe the only way to do so is you do an authentic work, a genuine work, fundamentally which is correct, and automatically it will attract audiences. Now, here starts the serious part of our talk, citation styles. There are different styles, citation styles available in, and some of the popular ones are MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver, IEEE. Okay, and these styles are adapted by Different streams have a different citation style. Some of them are because of the standardization agencies which are there in that particular domain. For example, in engineering, since I'm from engineering and computer science background, so maybe in some cases my talk is biased towards that, but you accept it with respect to your stream. For example, in our case, there is an IEEE organization, Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers Association, and it is the pioneer one which has made several standards in protocols and communications. So one of the popular styles given by them is IEEE style. So all the IEEE conferences and the journals, since it is a publishing house also, so they are biased by that. So it is a well accepted. But apart from that also, APA Chicago, they are also well accepted. And you see APA is American Psychological Associations. It stands for APA, is used by education, psychology and sciences. They also use it. Then MLA is Modern Language Association style used by humanities. In literature, guys, they use this. Then Chicago and Caribbean style, and there are others also, Harvard, Vancouver. But mostly the paper where you submit the journal, they do say that which style, citation style is to be adopted by you. And some of them will give you template, where in the template also, if it is a word template, there are macros through which you can do it, or there are style files with respect to LaTeX, which can be used for this purpose. So you see, as a general, what is the difference and what are the important components in any citation style, irrespective of this? First of all, it is the name of the author, which is there. Some of them may accept, for example, the name you see, Nihar Ranjan Roy. They write it NR Roy. First name, they always short it. So Praveen Chandra can be taken as P. Chandra, right? So name of the authors, and at the end, the last author is prefixed by and this. But here it is ampersand, which they allow, right? Apart from that, you see the title of the paper, a note on optimum cluster estimation, the Leach protocol. So every style will have a protocol, followed by name of the journal, volume, year, and the page number, right? So it is the author list, title of the paper, name of the journal or the conference, a volume or issue, year, and page number are the important concepts. But you see, in some of the cases here, if you see, where is the year of this publication of this paper written? In MLA, you see the 2018 is written here, but whereas in APA 2018 is written here. See Chicago, where 2018 is written. Okay. Now you see where in Harvard this year is written. And what about Vancouver? So these components are there in every citation style. Maybe their placements are different, right? Apart from that, you see uh, some of them put the names in double quotes and some of them without double quotes. Okay, for example, a note on this is a simple one, no double quotes, they are just separated by full stops. Okay, so these are the minor differences which are there, but the components are same. Now, if you want to have a detailed information about this particular style, or if you belong to a particular area, you can go through these papers, and they do have these links which is there, and you can have in detail a more minute information about it. Okay, now what are the challenges faced in referencing as a beginner? What we do, someone who has not written a technical document. Okay, so the first channel is running out of time. Maybe they are so focused on writing the entire content, or many people go by pages. My report has to be of 20 pages or 30 pages, and whatever they get, they dump it. And at the end, when the professor or the supervisors ask that you should reference, then they do not have time to do it properly. Okay. A second one is use of different styles by different publishers is a big challenge. For example, suppose I have authored a paper, say for IEEE, and I have used an IEEE style of referencing, but somehow that paper got rejected. Now I want to say the same manuscript after modifications to say Elsevier or Springer or some other journal, but they follow a different, say, APA style. No, number if depending on the number of references that is at the end how it has been written, and in between the document content how it has been cited, because many cite as a author name and the year, whereas in IEEE there are numbers in rectangular brackets. I will demonstrate you that. So you will have to change that manually, and finding again and doing that is a tedious job. So if there is a quick change in the style which needs to be submitted again, it is time consuming. Now, third one is misplaced components. Even though we are putting this pulling data from different sources on the web, it could be that the components are not properly placed, or if you review some of the papers, conference papers or journal papers, some of the papers are really in bad shape. For example, the year in some of the references has a year at the just following the author's name, while some has at the end. So there is no uniformity where to put year, where to put page numbers, and these small things are indicator of how good uh, the author of this manuscript is. Has he paid emphasis on these small details or not, which is well observed by the research community. Now, if you have taken care of this formatting things and in the small issues, then the focus of the reviewer is on the content, and that merit of the content is assessed. Otherwise, what happens? They say that okay, the paper is not in proper format, and it shows how lenient or you are. So you get a negative impact on the mind. So you get that advantage. Now, inserting new citations and reordering of them. Suppose there is a citation at the beginning, say, let us say citation number 10, and there is a citation number 11. And in between, there is a paragraph, or you have been suggested to do it. Now, suppose in between 10 and 11, you need to insert another citation. Now, that citation should have a number 11, and all the next citations should be incremented by 1. So you see how many citations are there, and they needs to be changed. Now, similarly, if you have to insert a few more citations in between, now you see every time you will have to change their number, or if you are writing them alphabetically, then you will have to alphabetically sort them, and how difficult it is. People tend to mess up in this process, and lack of uniformity because of components are misplaced in a single document also. We feel that there is no uniformity in writing the references, and you and just to imagine if a same one page document is there, a normal text document, and there are different fonts, how irritated you feel. Okay, so similarly these are few challenges which this referencing throws. Now, in business, these are the referencing softwares which are there in market. Uh, the top one is, or the most simplest one is MS Word, followed by BibTeX, which is dependent on LaTeX. LaTeX is uh, a document processing engine where we write technical scientific documents written by Donald Knuth, which is very popular, especially with the mathematicians and other scientists where you have equations. Now, once the document is formatted using LaTeX, its beauty is unparalleled. But yes, Word has advantage and ease of use and availability, quick learn. Now, through both of this, you can write your document and use the references. They have their inbuilt thing also. But apart from every inbuilt thing, there are certain added advantages. Na? For example, you have your car, but you have your add-ons in the car also. For example, you want to have a multimedia TV or a display screen in the car, or if you want to have additional that containers to keep your bottle or something, so you can always top up. So after that, you do have something called the reference managers or citations manager. They help you to do it, but how they help you and how they finally converge to the top two things we will see. So I will cover basically this Microsoft Word and LaTeX, BibTeX quickly, and after that I will show one of the this reference or citations manager, so that you have an idea how others work. So let me start my Microsoft Word, and first of all, I will tell you to see what I'm doing over here. Okay. Now let me have a document which I need to write. So say this is a one-page document, which is my paper, and I need to cite. And what I need to cite is, let me open maybe from where do you pick databases or the papers which you have to cite? The best way is to go to Scholar, google.com, and from here you can see any paper which you want to go, get a note on, suppose a leech protocol. So you get this is the paper which is available on Scholar. Now you see there are certain details over here: save, cite, cited by, related articles, versions, and it can be easily downloadable as its PDF version is available. But right now I'm interested in citing. So if I click here on cite, now you see this screen pops up. It tells you that information in it gives you information in Chicago, MLA, Harvard, and Vancouver style. Further, you can also export in BibTeX, EndNote, RefMan, and RefWorks. Okay. Right now, suppose my information is here, Roy Nihar Ranjan, Praveen Chandra, or not on this. This is the volume. This is the this. Now, from here, we need to copy the informations. Okay, so either you can copy it or parallelly open it a Word file. Now you see, I want to cite that this work has been done by this gentleman. So what I do, here is a reference tab in MS Word. You go here, and here you can see an icon called Insert Citation. So whatever citations I have to do at the beginning, I have to add them. I have to create a data source. Okay, so let me create a new file because this file is has something already here. I don't want to use that file because okay. Now let me again have a paragraph. I'm generating random paragraphs. Now I need to cite here. So I go to reference tag now, a tab. Now go to citations, add new source, add new source. So I have to add the source. Now you see how many types of sources it could be: book section, journal article, article in a periodical, conference proceedings, report, website, blah, 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 a lot of things. Now I will go for a journal article. Now I need to write the name of the author. So just focus here how it is to be written. Roy, comma. This is the last name, comma. Nihar Ranjan. Then a semicolon, which means a dot and a comma at the bottom, followed by Chandra, comma, Praveen. All right. Now title of the paper, whatever is a note on the protocol. Suppose it is name of the journal, year, pages, say 20 to 40 page numbers, volume, issue, say 12. Now you close it. Now the moment I do it, you see a number has appeared over here. It has been cited. But if it is not there, suppose I want to, let me delete it. Now I want to cite here. Now you see insert citation now has one entry here called this paper. Now I can click on here and my citation is done. Similarly, I can go to again this this page, and I can again say I want to cite this paper. Oh, I should have clicked it here. Cite, get the information, and you fed it there. Okay. Now, once I have made this citation databases, a list would be here. For example, once now you may feel that this is a tedious job. Yes, one time it is a tedious job once you start your work, but the same database will be used in future also for your thesis, dissertations, or everything. You will not have to add this for the second time. For example, if you go to manage sources, I have two databases over here, already which are there, and you can copy it from here. Okay, let me see where is uh, and it. very long list of databases where it has gone. So this things would be there, and you can simply copy from here. For example, suppose I'm copying here. Now you see, once I do this, you see I have another paper over here, right? So I can have something, say I want to cite here this second paper. Okay. Now I police. Okay. If you want to edit papers, you can edit from here. Tag names also. Citations can be. I had a default citation style also, but I think I misplaced that somewhere. Where there was a long list of papers available. By default. Okay, I think I have placed it. You can short it here. That list, not here, only this list is there. Anyways, I should have added some more citations. So let me add quickly few more dummy citations. Author 1, title 1, journal 1, 2023, pages. I'm adding some dummy databases, 2019, whatever it is. So see, I have one more database. Let me add one more list. Author 2, journal 2, sorry, title 2, journal 2, year 2034. Although this is far away, but just as a dummy database I'm creating now. Okay. Now you see, this 1 and 2 are the only two papers which I have cited, and let me make it short. At the bottom, if you see, now I need to create my reference. So you go to this bibliography or reference, whatever your journal says, you click on that, and you will have this references generated, right? Now, these references, there are 4 references which are generated over here, but there are only 2 over here. Now, in between, I will come to this. In between, suppose you see here, I need to insert a new citation, and this citation is the author 2. Now, if this is number 1, number 2, and number 2, so this should have been number 3, right? Now you come here and simply you update this. Now, once you click update, just to see this is number 3, number 2, number 1. In between, suppose here I want to create a new citation. Now you see in between author 1. Now 2, 2, it should be updated. So let me click updated. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes automatically. You need not do it manually. Now, this is for IEEE style. What if I want to change style? You come here, change style. Now I want to go for APA style, just to see. Now you see, this is the way of citation, whatever it is, just to see author name and year. All right. Author name and the year, author name and the year, depending upon the content. This content was not written properly, so 1 and 2 is taken as the author, right? Otherwise, you see author name and the year. This is the APA style. Okay. Now update this. Now you see here, author name and year is the style, right? This is part of author name. Now, if you see some other style, say Chicago 16th edition, now you see it has changed as per that format. Okay, so whatever style you want to adapt, you can select from here only, and you can have it. So this is how you can do this using Word. Word has inbuilt referencing style through which you can change, and you can automate the processes. Now, in referencing, there is something also known as citation. So, how to cite a particular thing in between. So, how to do that? That is cross-referencing is also there. For example, suppose let me insert a picture. If I have a picture somewhere, okay, let me insert my picture, and this is a picture, and let me insert a caption. Photograph of this speaker, it is there, not equation, it is figure. Okay, now it is done. Now suppose I want to cite in my document somewhere uh, Dr. Nihar Ranjan Roy photo in, where it is to be done, let us see some figure. I want to refer to this figure, right? So this is called cross reference. Within the same document I want to refer. So again, go to reference, then click cross reference. Now in cross reference, I want to have a figure. So you see all the figures would be here. So my figure is here, close it, you see photo in figure 1. So the moment if somebody clicks on the figure, it will take you, it will create a hyperlink and you will go there. Similarly, if you do have some equations, for example, insert equation, say this is the equation, and but here you do not have an equation number. So I will show you how to do that. References, insert caption. This is equation, area of circle, right? It is done. So you see, this is the area of the circle, and if you want to refer it, so you can also write as in equation. And what is that equation? Again, cross ref. This time go to equation, and you see here it is already there. Equation number. Where is that equation number? Area of circle. Now you see what you have given, the entire caption you chose, so the figure as well as entire caption has come up. If you do not want to give that, again come cross reference. Now while citing, insert hyperlink, entire caption, or just you want the label and the number. So if you want only label and the number, so you see equation 1, or the way you have decided. Now you see equations can also be cross-cited here, right? Now, but the biggest problem with this such thing is that the equations which are here, uh, uh, if you see, they need to be written in a manner that they should have the equation number at the end. So let us do one thing. Let us create our own equation style. So for that, just to be a bit focused, I'm going to create my own equation style or a template that I will be using. This is my equation style. So extreme left and right cells are to be reduced. Now here I need to insert an equation. Say my equation is here. Now for this entire equation, have something so that something is visible to you. A plus b square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. As a sample equation you already have. Now let me select it. Go again to the reference tab. Now here insert caption. Okay, now this is very important. It is caption 1.1. You check the numbering. Do you want the chapters number to be included or not? No, I do not want chapter numbers to be included. Now what does it mean? If I say no, this means all my equations number in the paper would be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 blah blah. If it is chapter 1 number, then chapter 1.1 hyphen equation 1, chapter 1.1 equation 2. It goes like this. So let it be chapter number, though my document doesn't have a chapter, but I will show you that also, or let us remove this for simplicity. Okay, now you see I have got a caption over here. I will cut it, put it in this cell, and let me align it to the center, or you can put it in the right. I want my equation numbers to be here like this. Then let us make this entire table invisible. This border should not be visible to me. Now I need to create a template. Okay, so select everything, go to insert. In the equation itself, save selection to equation gallery. I want to save it for my future purpose. And let me call it SU equation. Sushant University equation. I have put an A because it could be at the top of the list so that it would be easier for me. Sample equation demo, whatever it is. Now done. Now you see, next time when I have to create an equation, I will go to insert equations, and here, let me see, where is that my sample equation? A, SU equation. Now I click on here, you see, I have my equation number. So always my equations in future will have an equation number. Let me go and insert this equation like this. SU, now you see third equations. So I do have a style of my own which I can use it in future till I uninstall this version of Word. And if at all I want to refer to some equations, then go to cross uh, as per equation. Now you see here insert and cross ref. I want equation. So which equation you want to refer? Equation 3, right? So equation 3, okay, only number you wanted. So equation 3 number is already here. Once you click it, it will be a hyperlink. So in this way, these things can be covered in a Word. Now, come apart. What is LaTeX and how these things has to be done? Is Word clear to everybody? Any response if I can get? How to insert sources, how to manage sources. Okay, once you have your old sources, you can copy and move from here to here. If you want to remove, you can remove. You can edit here. Okay, so is this one clear? Anyone can acknowledge in the chat window. Hey guys, everybody is sleeping or what? I'm waiting for the response. If anybody can respond in the chat window.
We've got some replies from Prachi and Saurav.
Oh, that window is to you. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
So
sir.
now, quickly, I will take you to something more complex and considered as a bit more advanced thing that is called a LaTeX. And let me show you something. Now you see, what is this window? This is the LaTeX window, and MikTeX is the name of the software. If you see, this is called MikTeX, which I'm using, TextMaker and MikTeX, which is available on Windows as well as Linux also. So here we do write our papers. Okay. For example, there are certain packages, styles, etc. that we use, and every other thing. These are comments, not necessarily. And here my starts, the content starts. For example, abstract is here, title is here. Now tables are here. They have a very defined style. I'm starting a section. So this is a command to start a section. This is a command to refer to figure 1. This is a command to start a bullet list. Now, why to go so complex if it is there in Word? If it can be done in the Word easily. So let me show you its current form of this document. So now you see, this is the current document which is I'm demonstrating to you. Now let us have a quick look at this document and its complexity. Title, author's name, abstract. Now you see here is a table. This table contains symbols and their meaning and their values. Now you see every line here is in one line. Every text is here aligned in one line. Now you see sections, subsections, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Footnote, something called footnote, which I forgot to show you in Word. It is there, very good thing. One more thing, if you see the diagrams, at whatever level you zoom in, you will not find an inch of deviation. You will not find an inch of deviation in these arrows or anything quality. The quality is not going to deteriorate, right? And after that, you see when it comes to equations and mathematics, you see numbers 8, 9. You will not find even a dot of variations, footnotes, all right? Now this equal to signs are so aligned, it will not go somewhere, right? This is a two column format, right? So many complex things, the pages, graphs, and so many equations, footnotes, you see the references. Now, you have written your paper here in LaTeX. Now, it's a two column format, and you want that this paper should be submitted to some other journal. Now, if it has to be submitted to some other journal in a single column format, I will just change a style. Now you see, I'm changing to a single column style, save it, compile it so that the PDF is generated. The compilation process is going on. There is no error. Let me have it. Uh-oh, not generated. Let me compile it once again. Oh, I need to close the previous PDF file. Hope it is closed. Then only it can be generated. Yes. Now let me run it. Yeah. Now you see the same paper, which was in a two column format, how it has become one column format. Can you see? And who has taken care of those tables, just to see the values, the references, and what about the diagrams? Who decided their size? And you see any one dot of variations from one form to the other. And you see, you will not find an inch of a single dot of variation. Such a powerful document processor it is for writing scientific documents. You see, as per the width, there are certain relative values which has taken care during writing. You won't find any variations. And similarly, if you want to change style also, the styles can be changed by changing the style. You see, if I want to make it in APA style, another paper I will show you, uh, written by my authors. So if I use APA style, yeah, APA style, the citations from IEEE will change to APA. Okay, now the big question. Sir, how to do citations in these papers, in LaTeX paper? So you see in this paper at the end, there is something called BibTeX. So this is a standalone file where the entries has to be stored. For example, let me go to the research paper and do search a paper on uh, fuzzy set theory paper. Suppose this is a paper Zade paper. I want to have Zade paper. Now you see, suppose this is a book, this is a book, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Let me copy the citations of this book. Now here I go and copy BibTeX. So I copy this thing. It's a book. I need to cite there in my LaTeX. Go at the end, or you can put it anywhere. I'm writing here as Zade 1996. I will copy this note, this code. Okay, this code I'm copying, Jade 1996. Save this file. Okay, go to my main paper, and wherever I have to cite, for example, I want to cite right at the beginning. Say after the leech, very first word I will have introduction and accelerator the use of sensor based on houses. Okay, and here I want to cite that. So I will write slash cite curly brackets start and paste that code over here. Which code? Only this code, not everything. I could not copy that part properly. So only this code has to be copied and pasted here. Okay, Zade 1996 fuzzy. Now let me see. Let me save it. First compile it, the source file. It's a long document. Now I have to compile the BibTeX twice. This means to go the database and check for entries which are new. Then come again PDF to LaTeX. This means convert this document to PDF LaTeX. I have to compile it twice, and you see where I have put houses. In introduction, after houses, I put it now. Yeah, houses. The first is my reference. So you see if I have got that right in my document. You see houses, then this is my first reference. And what is this first reference is all about? Is it the Jade 1996 paper book? Yes. Lotfi Zadeh, just to see fuzzy logic, fuzzy systems, 1996 paper. So in this way, we cite it in LaTeX. Okay. Now you see, apart from this LaTeX thing, how they are, how it is of help. So if you see, these softwares which were reference managers, they help us in doing so. How? There are many, you can go through this, but I will show you JabRef. So what I have done is, let me check JabRef if it is installed. I have installed. JabRef is an open source, so I will show you that only, because
Sir,
that doesn't
Mendeley,
take.
if you can just go through Mendeley.
Mendeley I have not installed. Mendeley, you need three softwares to download. One is the Mendeley desktop, then one is Mendeley Word template, and another is Mendeley Word processor. It will take more time, sir. So I didn't prepare for Mendeley, but we can have Mendeley also if you want, but next time. Now you see, this is my JabRef. Now, how it has to be used, whatever document you have, for example, this Jade paper only I want to have it. So copy this BibTeX file, open your JabRef, go for a new entry. Okay, then go to BibTeX citation, and here you simply paste it. V. So if I paste it, you see, I have already, let me delete few of the bogus entries which are there. So you see my Jade entry is here. One paper is here. Let me get another paper so that at least we have 2, 3 for our ease. Some other paper, Pudgy set by some other gentleman. So let me have quickly its BibTeX file. Then again go and add it here. So select all, Control V, paste it, click here. Now this is there. Now what is the ease? Initially in the Word you had to enter it manually. Now here you come and export all these entries, whichever you want. I'm putting on the table a desktop as test.xml. Okay. Not test.xml, replace it. Yes, you replace it. Now come to MS Word where you want to have it. Oh, I had closed that window, no issues. I will have a blank document. And in the reference sections, manage references. Oh, see, my old database has returned. Anyways, I will now manage or pull data from the desktop. So my desktop has test.xml, and you see those two papers which I have just created. So I will copy it. Now in this document, whenever I want to refer something, now this database is cleared here. It is here, already available to me. Now you see, as per Chicago style, first reference, second reference, if you want to have it here, it is here. And if you want to have your bibliography, you have it. So this is an example of what other reference managers help you to do. The primarily thing is that it is the Word and the LaTeX, how they are used. But others, these reference managers, which are their citations managers, they allow you to export this database as a bib file, which can be used in LaTeX, or an XML file in the Microsoft. Now you see, some of them are commercial, okay, and you need licenses for that. Okay, everything is not available. For example, EndNote. So if you go for EndNote, then in Word itself you will have your options here. For example, if you have Mendeley, then this symbol will be replaced by Mendeley. Here you will have Mendeley sources. If you go for EndNote, here you will have an EndNote option where you can directly do the citations from here. And they also give you an options to search on the basis of author or on the basis of year or citations which are there. But primarily all converge to Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word itself has evolved in the last few years, and BibTeX, which is already there with LaTeX, so that is also easy. So if you follow that pattern, you need to create only the database once. Okay, in Mendeley there is another advantage, but that is not that easy to get. That if you drag and drop PDF files into that Mendeley, then automatically it fetches the version database informations, but not 100% correct, but in most of the cases. So you get your this referencing file done in one go there. But I prefer this word. I prefer this BibLaTeX, but JabRef is open source and you can use that as I demonstrated you. You did not pay anything to anybody to get this. Even that copy pasting is easy, so that is there. And rest it can be explored. But popular is Mendeley is popular, but everybody doesn't have access to this. And this Mendeley allows you to install plugins into Chrome also, so that whenever you have a paper and you log into Elsevier, because it is a product of Elsevier, so you need to create a account over there. It will allow you to download the data directly to your Mendeley desktop, right? So we can have Mendeley someday else, because that requires a little bit of more time. But
So
these things converse. Yes, please.
that's the question. So for the Word, we just need to have all the other references, title and volume number, everything entered separately. On Word, can we do that also, that we can create a folder and download all the research papers and create just like Mendeley and create references?
You can download it in drag and drop in Mendeley, but I say that rather than doing so, you download JabRef and you copy in Google Scholar the each and every that BibTeX file, right?
Yes,
You
yes,
you
yes.
copy and paste that and save as an XML file and you import it here. So
Correct.
like I did, if you see whatever database I have created in JabRef, here you export it. So you can export all entries. And now you see the export options are also many, including your bib file here, you should export as MS Office. And you can go to your MS Office and again you import it here so that you get everything here in one go. You need not explicitly do one by one, add these entries. The title, year, publication, versions need not be added. And even if you are doing it, then it's a one-time work, so not much, but life is easy with this.
You have a question from Miss Madhu. If we cite
Yes.
same paper more than once, the same paper or same document, how do we do that?
No issues. If you want to cite more than one time just to see what happens. For example, for ease, let me put it into IEEE style. Suppose this is paper one, paper two. No, this statement is also taken from paper one. So let me cite paper one. And here also, this content is taken by paper one. No issues. Now let me update it. So you see paper one, paper one, paper one, no issues. Whatever there is number, on the basis of first number, it will be shorted and the same reference number can be used later on.
So
You
Sombit
can
has a
cite.
question. Okay. The Sombit has a question that is there any software or application available that can cite automatically and give the referencing automatically?
No, that is citing is not done automatically, because it is you who has to decide the statement that you are making. That statement has been derived from where. For example, there are certain concepts. You are borrowing some concept. For example, uh, if some author has done this in a particular way. Now, what is this approach? That is very difficult to identify from paper, because the repository is there, and in NLP, natural language processing, we have yet not progressed. And furthermore, the same concept has been written by many people with minute differences, which requires only human level of intelligence to separate. So I do not feel that anybody can cite the content, but yes, the words and the paragraph, they can be matched for plagiarism. But even after matching the plagiarism, it is difficult to say that the concept is same or not. Like our Turnitin and other softwares, they do it. But citing a concept automatically, to the best of my knowledge, it is not there.
Right, sir. One question, do multi-authored articles have citation advantage over single-authored articles?
No, no.
That's
No,
all.
it is the concept. It doesn't mean that if there are three or four players, they can score more. Even a single player can sometimes score more than the entire team in a cricket match. You see, so it depends upon the potential and the content of the paper. But yes, if there are four papers, maybe through unethical means, it could be that since their field of influence is more, so they can say that please cite my work, or their peers may cite the social network field grows basically. So maybe the exposure of them may grow. For example, people these days share on their research great profiles. So if you are only one and if you share it on your profile, it is visible to only one your friends. But there are multiple, so its visibility grows when they add in their profile. So it could be, but to be very frank, it is the content of the paper which is done, and it is hot, sellable, and as per the market. For example, in science and technology also there are certain terminologies which sell. So what is in demand, the topic should be current, that gets more citation.
Nihas,
And
is there a different way to cite or to do a referencing for the book using the Word or Jabref software? How to cite a book?
Same similar way. You can do it in the similar way. Here if you want to create say chapters, say I'm creating a chapter, so this is chapter name. Okay, now this is my chapter name, and let me give it heading 1, and let me go this citations. Here my section 1 mango, suppose, and let me do it. This is section 1. You can give it a heading 2. All right, sorry, heading 2, and oh, oh, anyways, this is section 1.1. Then banana is my second section of this chapter. Let me format print it. Now you see, your book has chapters and they can go in the same way. And here, if you want to have equations on anything chapter wise, section wise, the same thing can continue. You can separate chapters like this also. And if you do using LaTeX also, there are commands. Chapter is the command to create a chapter or a new page. So in the Word itself, you can create, and the same thing works. Not only this, if you're using LaTeX, even my PPTs can be of the same command. For example, let me show you my PPTs on. Uh, okay, say similar kind of talk was given to by me in the past somewhere. Let me see if it's where is PDF file? Log file not found. So there is some error. Uh, Otherwise, I could have shown the same content. You can copy and paste. You see, and they work for in the for a PDF also. So you can create your PPT also. Maybe I will show some other PPT which is created using LaTeX only. So where is my, okay, not here. Yeah. See, this PPT is created in LaTeX, and the entire content can be written into a book or a paper article or anything, and just this you see, this everything is having similar command. So once you create a paper, it is very easy to punch it into your thesis or chapter. You did not do anything. Single components can be imported by using only one command or maximum two commands. And somebody who is having a mathematical works, so the plagiarism is not an issue there, so they can simply use it. And remember this, if you have the same bibtex file at the end, for example, in my this paper, this file is there, so this file will be attached to every paper that you are going to work for your 10 years, and whatever references you want to see, you just pick these keywords. So you need not create this databases here. And same is with the Word. If you want to work in the same area, you create this sources as I showed you in the beginning. When I closed it and opened it, you see how many references I have. on the basis of the papers which I have written or my students have done it, references, managed sources. Now you see, these all databases are here. So they are to be created only once. They will always be there, and it is easy to use it in any case, whether it is a word or an article or a synopsis, anywhere you can use it in the similar fashion, similar style of referencing.
So how do you identify the false citations? Is there any option like a manual thing to be done, or there's some software for this also?
No, what is false citations first that we will have to understand. As a reviewer, the first thing is that whatever are the references, all the references papers should be there in the text. As an engineering, we do it. But there is no way to do identify false citation unless and until the person who is reviewing has a sound knowledge of those papers or they have read these papers. So if you are, why do we reference? Suppose I say that Narendra Modi is a great prime minister, as quoted by. So who has made this statement? Who was the first person who made this statement, or who is that prominent person who is doing so? So if you say that area of the triangle is like this, then from where did you get to know? So that paper has to be cited, and this bold statement has to be first coined by that paper. So if somebody has read that paper, they can say that, okay, yes, this is the work of his actually. But in the hierarchy also, if somebody refers for the second or third time and you pick from the third time, then only somebody who's quite known, a very thorough reviewer can catch it. Otherwise, manually it is difficult to catch.
I think we are out of questions now, so everybody has been asking a lot of questions. They are very happy with the session because we have a WhatsApp group also. Lots of inputs have been coming in because they want to have more of these things in the future.
All right.
So I must say this was a very beautiful ending to the research seminar series, and thank you so much for being here. On this note, I would like to invite Dr. Saurabh Shabra to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Just to have a small brief kind of a thing, Neha sir, these sessions are a series of 11 research-oriented sessions. So we started off with how to frame or formulate a research topic. Then we had some sessions on the correct way of review of literature, then some softwares, then some statistical tools, analysis, then references and how to write a good research paper. So we have covered almost every aspect of a research-oriented, say, thesis or any research paper that we would like to do in the near future. So these sessions are for everyone. So it's not just for the university, it's open to everyone and everyone can join in, be it from Sushant University or from any other university or school or college. Everyone is welcome to join these sessions, and hopefully we'll come with such sessions quite often. So our next upcoming session will also be on some kind of a research oriented theme, I'm sure. Thank you so much, Nihal sir. Research is again a very vast topic, as you already mentioned, and referencing is also not that easy. Though I'm not a big fan of LaTeX, I've also tried with you quite a few times.
If I do not tell you LaTeX, the people say that the best thing has not been disclosed, whether it supports you or not. So whenever we go at the shop now, even if our pocket doesn't allow, we tend to see the best product, how it works actually. So at least those who have not worked, and even they do not work, then at least they have that what is this LaTeX and how the compilation process is going on, how it is command oriented. At least they know something. I knew that this audience may not be, but knowingly, I wanted to give them a brief hint.
But it's an amazing software, sir. Being an avid Mendeley user, I guess I'm more inclined towards Mendeley, but like Jabref and Word also, though I've learned it for the very first time, I've already told you I've used Mendeley like in and out, day in and day out. So I guess this is a great experience for all of us who are there in this session, and hopefully we'll come up with more such sessions in the near future. On behalf of Vatel Hotel and Tourism Business School, sir, I once again thank you for joining us today and taking out time to enlighten our respondents and attendees for this session. Thank you so much, Neha sir, and thank you all the attendees who have been with us from the last 11 sessions. Those who have joined in between, I'm sure you might have gained a lot of insights about how to conduct the research efficiently. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Nihar sir, once again for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.